Oh, hello there. Yes, well, turned out sticky again, didn't it? Yes. Phew, hot, sticky, yeah. Anyway, yesterday was, throughout the day, was the ongoing story of the final freedom, hopefully, anyway, of Julian Assange. And it's something I've been keeping a little bit of an eye on over the years. Because there's some odd stuff around Julian Assange. I mean, apart from the obvious odd stuff about Julian Assange, there's some very, very odd stuff about the British establishment and the British media around Julian Assange, and in particular the free speech merchants, because whenever there is a major announcement about Julian Assange, Toby Young and the Free Speech Union are always silent about it. Now, that's a bit strange, because if you go on the Free Speech Union's website, you can see that their freedoms that they defend are freedom of speech, academic freedom, freedom of expression, and freedom of the press. Yes, which I think Julian falls into. So let's just have a quick look at what they say about that, shall we? Freedom of the press is essential for the proper functioning of democracy. Without journalists holding the powerful to account, whether they work for famous newspapers, have their own YouTube channel, or publish on Substack, citizens cannot make informed decisions at the ballot box. If journalists are carry on speaking truth to power, their free speech must be protected. Yes, indeed. So you would have thought, for example, that if you were the Premier, Lord Young's boy, who was interested in free speech in the UK, that you'd mention something about it. Wouldn't you? Yeah? Because Lord Young's boy, historically, over the years, I actually did a video about this about 2 years ago when Julian Assange went to Belmarsh, and suggesting that the Free Speech Union, or indeed Toby Young, might want to mention it. Go on their website, still nothing. All right, the recent news, last 24 hours. Anything? I don't know. See if you can find something. I've been trawling through the news. Toby Young, Free Speech Union, Assange. Yeah, Toby Young is currently on a tour, free speech tour, because he's set up Free Speech Australia. You know, the place where Julian Assange has gone to, in order to promote free speech. Yeah, the Free Speech Union of Australia founded to protect free speech, which is under attack, in inverted commas, you notice. And I love on their website, they've got this picture, which is a whole bunch of people not mentioning Julian Assange. Yes, it's strange, isn't it? It would be a bit like during the 1930s or 1940s setting up a worldwide league for peace and then not mentioning the Second World War ever. It's a bit odd, isn't it? No, of course it isn't, because this is Lord Young's boy, the perennial template for an establishment stooge, because of course it's too problematic in terms of Lord Young's boy, in terms of mentioning Julian Assange, because he is, of course, only interested in free speech very much on his own and his mates' terms. So if Julian Assange, for example, had been a committed Christian who just happened to mention something about a trans individual at work and was fired for it, he would have been fine. However, he's not, is he? Or indeed, if he'd, been heavily involved in making up stories about vaccines or climate science, then Toby would be more than happy to sit down and have a long conversation with him, probably moaning about the fact that he couldn't because he was in Belmarsh or something. But of course, Julian doesn't fit into that, because he threatens an awful lot of interests, one way or another, that Toby is invested in. Yeah? The guy is a charlatan. He's an absolute grade A charlatan, and I don't mind saying it over and over again. You can catch some of my videos about the Free Speech Union and the dirge of information that they put out. We live in a very odd world where the supposed guardians of our rights and liberties, in fact, are quite happy to sell us down the river. One would hope with a change of government that people like Toby Young will have less influence, because it isn't a positive one. Anyway, do have a lovely free speech day, won't you? Please do. Yeah.